Hey guys, so I'm here with Mike and Tracy at SBR Sports, and we are talking Knysna Extreme. Tracy is a training coach, and Mike is also a training coach, but he has a lot of experience regarding shoes, injuries, also bike setups. So we've had a long discussion on the Knysna Extreme and how different it is to other triathlons. And you trying to get off to Kona, you're on your way there, and Mike, you're going to follow up quite soon, I hope. So, Mike, like your feedback, to get our athletes across the finish line. So how can they prepare, themselves for this race? What's the best thing, or what's the best approach you actually take to completing this race?
I think for me there's two factors. One would be to build a really big endurance base. So you've got to have that base. Normally with a shorter race you would be doing quite a lot of sharpening, quite a lot of speed work. With this, you really got to have a strong base that's going to carry you. With that base would come strength work. So the two things would be base training and would be strength work. The reason for the strength training is you're going to have a lot of hills, so we would do a lot of hill training. But in that as well, you're going to have a lot of impact on your body. So you kind of off-road as well. So you've got impact on the knees. We want to do a lot of training with load and strength work.
Yeah, I think on my part, that base training would be really low heart rate. I mean, there's no ways you can do Knysna Extreme at a high heart rate. You're going to have to, from the beginning, contain your effort. Otherwise, you're just going to really crash and burn toward the end. And then, as Tracy said, lots of strength work. You said that there's a 1 kilometer drop over the first 17 Ks. Is that right?
Yeah.
The run.
Yeah.
That's extreme on your knees. So, if your hips and your quads aren't super strong and your ankles aren't super stable, you're going to really, really battle with that. So strength is going to be key.
Yeah, and my approach would be quite a long period of base training, and then only once you've got that nice strong base, I would start bringing in the hills. So try to avoid a big period of fatigue, keep the fatigue low in the beginning, and then bring in those hills. The hills would be essentially your sharpening for the race.
Now, because overall, I think the altitude gain is 3,800 meters. So the cycle is quite a tough one, all the way from us to Georgia, over Otanequa Pass that you guys know quite well, and then through the Karoo. And the Karoo is flat, and one section is a 20 kilometer dead straight road. So it's very different. TT bikes, it's great for the flats, but road bikes are more for the hills. So you have to make sure that you're strong to actually tackle these hills and be prepared for everything you do. And like you said with the run, 17 Ks downhill in the first section, and it's all dirt road, Prince Alfred's Pass. There's loads of uphills, loads of downhills, loads of rocks as well, so you have to watch out for that.
Yeah.
So the best approach for that, like you said, it's not speed training, but really
strength, endurance and strength, and then also looking at your ankle strength and ankle mobility, because you're going to need to have your off-road shoes on, obviously with the loose rocks and things, and that's where your ankles can twist out quite quickly. So it's also about strengthening and protecting the ankles.
Yeah, I think on my part, it would be lots of eccentric strengthening. So in other words, get your feet up on a raised surface. You can always add weights onto it, and what you're going to do is do 2 legs up and then take weight off 1 foot and come 1 leg down, because it's on the eccentric movement that you create stability through the ankles. So it's going to look 2 legs up, 1 leg down, 2 legs up, 1 leg down. Add weights, get those calves super, super strong, and then practice. I mean, you've got to get out to off-road sites, otherwise you're just not going to have the skills to deal with that.
Yeah. And then the swim, the Extreme is a 5 kilometer swim. Most triathlons, stop at 4. How do you get over that?
I really think there's a balance in terms of your training there. So your training would need to be a lot of that endurance, low heart rate, time in the water. So I always say with swimming, whether it's even for a shorter race, it's about time in the water. But this one would be lots of time in the water, lots of paddle work, so you're building the muscles in your arms to be nice and strong with that pull. My approach would be the same sort of approach on a full Ironman distance 3.8 swim. It would be to get into a nice rhythm and really just push through it. But you'd need that base and that endurance to carry you. So the training is critical.
Yeah. So also because of the hills and all the mountains that we're going to climb and all the valleys, setting up your bike, how would you approach setting up a bike?
Alright, so for me there would be the 2 critical things. The one is that you want to get as large a chain ring on the back as possible, 27, 28 teeth. You want your in the front, you don't want to be on a big racing chain ring. You want something quite small, because that Otanequa Pass is vicious. The other thing I think would be where a typical time trial bike is a very, very aggressive flat position. That would do well on that flat road in the Karoo, but you've got that Otanequa Pass, and I would be thinking more of the Otanequa Pass. I would really try and get that bike set up as comfortable as possible. Get the front end up, because you're going to be doing a lot of standing on that Otanequa Pass. You don't want to be standing with a very, very flat bike. It's going to put a lot of strain on your lower back. and then you've got to get to that haute equal pass. No heroics there. You've got to get into the easiest gear you can find, and just patiently spin it. Otherwise, you're not going to get to the top of that thing.
Yeah. So now the thing is, haute equal pass is about 910 meters. Now the end of the cycle is actually higher than that. So you're going to get into the crew, little dip, and then you're going to continue uphill as well. So loads of general upwards, so you have to be aware of that. So I suppose TT bike, little bit raised as well.
Get the bars raised, get yourself super comfortable on that bike. This is not about an aero position. The aero position comes afterwards. Comfort has got to be first.
And I think if you've got the bike set up right, your legs are going to carry you into the run as well. So because you're going to be putting out a lot on those hills climbing, you want to make sure that you're okay for that transition into the run. And if your bike is set up right, you're going to find that transition a lot easier.
And then last thing, to avoid injuries, what would you just look out for? What would you be aware of? Because you do look after injuries.
Yeah.
So.
I think right now what you want to do is you want to make sure that you have no niggles. You can't get to the start line with a slight niggle, because that slight niggle somewhere along that extreme triathlon is going to get the better of you. So sort the stuff out now. Make sure that you're in the right equipment, that you've got the right running shoes. Make sure that your bike setup is done properly. Injuries are always tricky. You've got to find someone that you trust that's going to help get you through the injury. You've got to trust the process. And then I think strength training. Strength
training, and I think very importantly is to find a coach that you trust and to work with that coach. So don't go out and try and do your own thing thinking you've got a big feat ahead of you and now you just got to throw everything into it. You need to be sensible about the approach that you're taking with your training, and that'll essentially take you on a good path in terms of preventing injuries.
Okay. Thanks. So if you guys need any support or any help with anything, do contact Tracy and Mike at SBR Sports in Sunny Hill. They'll help you, wherever they can and get you across that finish line. Thanks very much.
Great. Thanks.
Yeah.